Finish that burger after this. You're about to hear what workers from 10 major chains say really happens behind the counter. Claims of pre-processed meats, frozen patties passed as fresh, oil reused for days, and grills that double as everything stations.
Today is National Burger Day, and joining us to celebrate it is Chef Will Rogers from STK Steakhouse. Thank you for being here, Chef.
Nice. Our burgers are exceptionally well. A little different about our burgers is that we use the Wagyu beef burgers.
Oh, the Wagyu beef, that's a fancy beef.
Yes, that is like the luxury of cows, okay? What we have is the 7 ounces.
Okay.
We season it with a little salt and pepper.
So we're gonna do a nice burger. You guys are a steakhouse, so you have lots of great steaks, and you have a wonderful burger. Tell us more about that.
So STK, we're famous because we're a vibe crew, right?
Yeah.
So what we do is we deliver the vibe here at STK.
If you think 100% beef and hand-formed mean quality, you might want to stick around. We'll show you how the marketing words work, where safety shortcuts creep in during rush hour, and why several employees say they don't eat the food they make. By the end, you'll spot the red flags before you order, and keep your money and your stomach safer. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
Big headline about the hamburgers we all buy at restaurants across America. Tonight, a major recall, 1.8 million pounds of ground beef because of E. coli.
This is an infection that can be followed with an illness characterized by bleeding and kidney failure that can be fatal.
Tonight, those 1.8 million pounds of the beef recalled, all of it from Wolverine Packing Company in Detroit. It's the strain of E. coli that worries health experts the most. And tonight, it's believed to be in ground beef in restaurants across the nation. Beyond making you sick to your stomach,
You see fresh, hand-formed, and 100% beef in big type. Then you hear workers say they won't eat it. Those two things can both be true. The label is a promise on paper. The kitchen runs on time, volume, and shortcuts. Let's start with the pipeline. Meat and chicken don't travel straight from a butcher to that griddle. They ride trucks, land in coolers, get shuffled from box to pan to warmer, and are reworked to keep the line moving.
with steaks, the E. coli lives on the outside, very likely killed off when it's cooked. Each year, roughly 95,000 Americans are sickened with this strain of E. coli. So far, 11 people have been sickened across 4 states. The biggest threat on the menu? Hamburgers. That's because Americans often eat them medium rare and rare, not cooked through sufficiently to kill E. coli on the inside of the burger. It was also responsible for some of the most notorious outbreaks, including Jack in the Box back in the 1990s, sickening more than 700 people, killing 4 children.
When the rush hits, the goal is speed, not finesse. Pieces get batched ahead, stacked, and held. That's how a neat word on the menu becomes a tired patty under a heat lamp. Now the real kicker. Never frozen is legal, and yes, it means the box wasn't frozen. It doesn't tell you when the cow was ground, how warm that walk-in got during a delivery, or who handled it with gloves that just touched a bin of lettuce. Hand-breaded sounds like grandma at the counter. In practice, chicken arrives soaking in factory brine, already seasoned to standard, so the in-store hand part is often a dunk and a drop. Take the chicken playbook. A busy chain leans on pre-marinated bags, so crews only snip, drain, and fry. That same fryer oil is filtered and reused across shifts until it darkens, which drags yesterday's flavors into today's meal and raises cross-contamination risk. On the burger side, 100% beef sells purity, but it speaks to content, not grade or care. The patties can be the lowest legal grade, pressed into hard frozen pucks, then cooked straight from the freezer. Here's what the rules allow. 100% beef means no fillers, but it doesn't promise prime cuts, recent grinding, or clean handling. Fresh does not carry a clock unless the brand provides one. It's like calling a car clean without saying when it was washed.
I spoke to the CDC tonight and they said it can take you up to 10 days to get sick after eating something contaminated with this strain. So the numbers could rise. The best advice right now is never order your burger anything but well done.
You need the timestamp. That flame-broiled taste you crave? It is often liquid smoke and staged marks doing the heavy lifting. A conveyor heats, a solution paints on the char lines, and your nose fills in the rest. As for fresh, never frozen, the beef still takes a road trip. It can sit in transit for days, hit a walk-in, then coast under lamps during a surge. The word on the wrapper stays the same. The texture doesn't. Operational reality makes this worse. During peak hours, crews batch cook to survive the ticket stack. Shared grills touch beef, chicken, and plant patties. Scrapers drag residue across zones. Fryer oil gets stretched past the sweet spot because changing it at 6 p.m. is a nightmare. That's how off flavors build, how crumbs move between bins, and how little slips become your stomach's big problem.
All right, and I'm looking at your wonderful looking potatoes over here.
So here, these are our tater tots to die for.
Those are huge.
Huge.
All right, these look like scallops. They're so big. Is that Joe? Those are some big tater tots. You guys make those in house, right?
Yes, we do make them in house. It's a long process. We whip up the mashed potatoes, add cheese into it, freeze them overnight, cut them into logs, cut them.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And it smells great in here now too, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Get some bacon.
All right.
And there you go.
Man.
That is our breakfast burger.
That is a breakfast burger when you don't have to eat the rest of the day.
I was going to say, you won't ever need to have...
If the premium brands run the same play, how do you catch it before you order? Start by watching the rhythm behind the counter. Are patties hitting the grill from a rigid, icy stack? Are tongs pulling burgers from a tray under lights instead of off the heat? Do you see a fryer the color of tea instead of pale gold? These are tells. You can decode the buzzwords in seconds. Never frozen needs a timeline. How long from grinding to grill? If they can't tell you, it's a story, not a safeguard. Hand-formed needs proof of on-site prep. Wrapped logs of ground beef, a scale, parchment squares, and someone actually pressing. No setup, no claim. Flame broiled needs a real flame process. Live fire, open grates, and smoke that comes from the cook, not a bottle. 100% beef needs sourcing and grade clarity. What cut, what supplier, and what handling steps once it hits the store. There's one simple analogy that helps. Think of these phrases like a headline without the article. Big type grabs you. The fine print is where the truth lives. So what's the takeaway for your order? Scan the oil, glance at the heat lamps, and ask one clear question about storage or prep. A good shop will answer fast and plain. Now let us move on to practical tells at the counter so you can protect your budget and your gut. If the claim is loud and the details are quiet, you are paying for a story, not better food. That's the rule. Marketing shouts. Safety whispers. Your job is to raise the volume on the quiet parts. Ask two things before you order: storage timelines and prep methods. How long do patties sit? Where are they prepped? If staff can't answer clearly, you might want to skip that burger. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on the food industry's best-kept secrets. Next, we break down oil life and holding times, the two numbers that tell you more than any ad ever will.